Hey Shahar, welcome back to my channel to The Witchy Reader. So I'm going to be talking about what I read in September. So I actually read more than I had the previous month, last couple months actually I think, because I said that I wanted to try to get back into reading a little bit because things have been kind of hectic since I started this new job and I'm getting used to it. So I hadn't been reading or writing much, but I'm starting to do more on both parts. So yay! Um, So for September, some of it was audiobooks. I found out that I don't, so usually listen to music at work because you can, as long as you keep one earbud in, and apparently you can listen to audiobooks as well. I know coworkers been doing that lately, and so I've been reading, listening to audiobooks as I work. So that's the perfect way so I can get plenty of reading done while working. That way, whenever I'm too tired at home, or if I do have free time, I can focus on writing, which I still focus on reading sometimes because there's some books that I can't get on audio or for whatever reason. But this way, I can still get plenty of reading done, and I don't have to deal with being too tired. Um, so yeah, I started that later in the month though, so I probably would have gotten more done if I started earlier in the month. But this month I'm going to be getting a lot done, hopefully thanks to audiobooks, but we shall see. Anyways, so the audiobooks I read was first three books, and uh, my mind just drew a blank. It's really late, as you could probably tell from the darkness outside my window. The Trials of Apollo, and I am enjoying it. I don't like it as much as Percy Jackson or Heroes of Olympus. I love both those series so much, but I am enjoying this. I think Paulo is a very fun character to read the narrative of. Some of his little comments just is making me laugh. And yeah, so I am enjoying it, and I like some of the new characters, and I love the old characters. I love getting to see more of Nico and Will in the earlier books, because now Apollo's away from Camelot Blood, so we haven't been getting them. We did get to see some of them through Apollo's point of view, which I love because I love seeing them in Heroes of Olympus. I think they were really only in the last book, sadly, but I really liked them, even though we got so little of them. Which so I'm very excited for the Seventh Star, which came out recently, which I'll be better reading with a couple people. So I'm trying to hurry up and finish this um so that I can better read it with them, because I really want to get more of them, especially if it's gonna be their point of view. So that's gonna be fun. Um, but I am enjoying it so far. Um, there's five books, so yeah, I'm over halfway done with the series. So yay! And um, I like Apollo's character development. That has been a lot of fun because he's still Apollo, and he still thinks he's great, and he's still self-centered, but he cares about other people now. Like, he was actually really last book. Third book. He was actually willing to sacrifice himself for his friends. Like book one, Apollo would never, but he is now caring about other people more than he cares about himself, which says a lot. Because all the gods and goddesses are self-centered. Let's be real. Like, if you know anything about Greek mythology, like they care about themselves. Let's be real. But he still loves himself and thinks he's great most of the time. But he's starting to care about other people more than he cares about himself, which is really nice. And yeah, so he's just been a fun character to read about. Uh, like I said, I'm not enjoying it as much as the other two series because I missed the other characters. Though I was so glad to get some of them. Like Percy was in some of the first book. Like I said, Nico and Will was in some of the first and maybe second book of I don't remember. Um, and then Grover was in I think like second and third book, and then Jason and Piper were in third book. Leo was in second and third. Which I love seeing Leo again. My only issue is that we never got to really see him reunite. We finally got to see him see Piper, but we never got to see Leo and Jason reunite before Jason's Ultimate Fate. So that made me a little sad. I'm not a huge fan of Jason and Piper, to be honest. I feel like I ended up liking Piper more this book. I still would say I love her and thing, but I don't dislike her anymore. I still don't know if I like her though, but I respect her. Um, so yeah, maybe I'll do a review on Trials of Apollo. I'm not sure because I'm talking about it a lot more than I meant to. But yeah, I've been rating them 4 stars so far because, like I said, I'm not enjoying them as much as the other two, which I've rated 5 stars. So yeah. But okay, I also read 3 poetry books, which is outside of my comfort zone, but they are by a friend of mine, Lucy, and she is wonderful. Definitely go check them out. There's Light, which is about mental health and awareness for that, which is great. For people who have it to see that they're not alone, and for people who know somebody who has it, so they can try to understand isn't the right word because you can't understand unless you go through it. Sympathize, I guess that's the right word. And um, so yeah. And then there's Believe in Wonder, which is kind of about the world, the good and the bad, because there's both in the world. And yeah, and then Magic and Myth, which is about this one is probably my favorite, and I am a little bit biased because I love magical creatures and monsters and magic and all of that. And it's about magical creatures in their point of views, little poems in their point of views of, and it's really interesting to see her delve into their point of views and like see things through their eyes. Like there's the ones that are misunderstood and not as evil as everyone thinks, and then there's the ones that's just complete psychopaths and they're like, yeah, I do this and I don't care, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. It was so fun to read about. And she's working on a volume 2, which life and stuff, it might take a little while for her to get that out, but I'm excited for it. I'm definitely gonna read it because it will be interesting. And I think she said she's I can't speak today. She's doing skeletons in volume 2, which I'm very excited about because I recommended her doing skeletons because I love skeletons. If you did not know, I have something new that my mom got me if I can find it. A new skeleton for my collection because I like to collect skeleton related things. Hee hee hee. I don't know what I'm gonna use it for. They didn't have much of the skeletons when my mom was there, because I couldn't get, because they had like this huge thing for skeletons. But then when I finally got paid, my mom went to the store and was gonna get me something. They didn't have that much anymore. But yeah, it's skeletons, so I like it. um, but anyways, uh, I also did a reread. Um, I'll talk about that in a minute because I did do one more indie book. So those 3 poetry books are indie books, and the other indie book I read was called The Stitch. It was a lot shorter than I thought. If I knew it was as short as it is, I would have read it a lot sooner. I've been meaning to read it, but with work and stuff, it's just so tiring. But if I knew it was as short as it was, I probably could have read it earlier. I figured it would be longer, so I was like, I don't have the time for this. I'm busy, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. But I enjoyed it. It was also outside of my comfort zone because it's not really fantasy. And my second and third genres that I like in TV, which I don't mind reading in books once in a while, which is mystery and horror. And it's none of the above. It's very different than what I normally read. But it's about it follows Levi, who is a criminal, and he is married to a detective. And dun dun dun, the detective is the one that has been after him for years, but nobody knows because he always wears masks, so nobody's ever seen his face, and nobody knows that he is the criminal that they've been wanting to catch for years, and that he has no idea that he's married to said criminal. So fun drama. um and I really liked reading it from his point of view because we got to see how much like he loves his husband and his family because they have like 2 girls. You can see how much he loves them despite everything he's doing, and he hates when he has to hurt his husband in order to escape. Um, and uh, so I liked reading it from his point of view because if we got it from like the detective's point of view or someone else's point of view, then we might not have got the sense of how much he actually loves Detective. Maybe we could have been like, oh, he's using him for information so that he doesn't catch on to where he is, but that's not it at all. He didn't want to fall in love. He didn't even know that this was said detective when they first met, but he fell in love, and then by then he made a choice. He decided rather than hurting them both and walking away so that I don't get caught, he was like, I love him, I want to be with him, so I'm gonna marry him. And I really like that. And like I said, I like it from his point of view because you can see that even though he's doing what he's doing and his husband is against everything he's doing, even though he doesn't realize it, um, he still loves his husband and he'll do anything for him. And yeah, so it's really nice. And then the rereads. Bewitched Knots and Magic Below, a duology, which I love. This duology, so underrated, so good. So it's about Ziri and her friends, Tabitha, Vashti, and Brink, who all sneak off to practice magic because magic is banned. And so they practice magic in secret until they get caught and Tabitha's kidnapped. So now the three of them have to go on this journey to save Tabitha and try to reverse the ban. And they are going to Glinda because they thought because Ozma's the ruler of Oz, and they thought that Glinda could help them make Ozma undo this ban because magic's part of them and they don't want to give it up. It's this huge part of them. And the way they speak about it is kind of like different sexualities. It's like it's a part of you, you can't give it up even if you wanted to, even if you try to, like, and you it's who you are. You know, it's a part of you. And I like Ziri and I love the main ship, Ziri and Brink. They are so adorable. Um and it's kind of I guess it's kind of a slow burn in the first book because Siri in the beginning is um so interested in Ned, who is Brink's older brother, and Brink has always had a crush on Siri, but she never really noticed him. She always saw him as Ned's younger brother, but then she started getting close to him during practicing magic and running off on this journey, and through it she started to wonder why she even liked Ned, only to realize that she liked him because he was hot. Like, that was really it. Uh, and then she realized how ridiculous that sound. She liked him because he was cute. But then she got to know Brink, and she's like, I don't like Ned, I like Brink. And it was a nice realization. But yeah, in the sequel book, she becomes a mermaid. See, um, Brink gets captured, and they have to save him and save and stop the evil person. And so one of them out of three girls, one of them's on the ground, one of them is in the air with and then one of them is under the sea, which is why Zira becomes a mermaid. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Highly recommend. There's a couple twists. There's a huge twist at the end of book one and leaves off a cliffhanger. So, and the second book leaves off kind of, it's not really a cliffhanger, but like an open ending, like there could have been more, but there weren't, which makes me sad because there should have been more. I would like that. Because I really like that duology. I also started my reread of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I did not finish it though, but I just wanted to add in that I did technically start it, so I got some of that done. I think that is it that I read. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and comment what you read in September. I would love to know, and I'll chat with you guys below in the comments. Until next time.